La da 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 da.
Why can't we leave the city? What is the act?
Don't ask me. It's not like I can tell you anything. This is a direct order from the Grand...
I have a real emergency. My goods have already arrived at Porto.
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
It looks like the Academia already announced the lockdown. Let's go and question them. Hello, sir. Why can't we leave the...
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumero today. They didn't tell us anything. Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of
It looks like he really doesn't know. If we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. Why don't... This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all. Let's hurry! Huh? Why? Are you going to leave Paimon behind? But... What if things get... Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but... Okay. Paimon, promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as possible. And please... Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that you were only taking a quick... Paimon, calm down. He's here now. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day! Okay. Paimon will Okay. Paimon, can you tell us your I see. Using two people's different... After that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you... disappeared in an instant. No way! Paimon was what? What's your perspective, traveler? You sure you don't have any I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last two... So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased? It really sounds like something big out, but this way, we'll also never discover what's outside. Something like a message? But how can we... Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to be... Well... Okay. You want... Yep! Now we're talking! I'm done. Here you go. What? Isn't this... I made some little changes. Akasha terminals are already capable of sending messages. To make something like this? Nahida, you really know the Akasha like the back of your hand. Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't guarantee... We'll never know until we try. At least we're taking the initiative now. Let's go then. Let's expose those sages. All right. Paimon isn't as worried about... Okay. See you tomorrow. That covers everything that's happened so far. Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference. Okay. Now that you understand what's going on, let's hear the...
can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sabzeruz festival in Sumero City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any.
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left us, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. There's another part here. We only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by and now, even behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end right there? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha. After the beep, Traveler said, even the final... Traveler, what do you think that final space could have been?
Was that space actually the real world? But wouldn't a... That doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. My impression is that each day in this samsara only...
Oh, so that's what it is! After the sound of the beep, the final space. Later on, Traveler also mentioned a bunch of new spaces materializing behind that. Paimon's head is spinning. Just what? Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, so no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point... Wow, the Archon War, huh? That... Hey! Where are you? Go, Barbara, go! Do you want some alone time to think? All right, then.
The dance of Sabzeruz is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead,
Okay then. See you later.
Have you figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is ticking away. Awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know. Oh, wait, no. Let's meet up with Nahida first. You can tell... Go, Barbara, go! Go, Barbara, go! You're back! I've been waiting forever for you two. Are you ready to take your Sabzeruz exam and graduate from the festival? Okay, first off,
All the bizarre spaces I saw outside the city had one thing in common. Those spaces remind me of dreams. Like, that doesn't sound right. I need to... Okay, Nahida said the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate. That doesn't sound right. We've already experienced the Sabzeruz festival many times, and... that doesn't sound right. I need to carefully think things through. The moon, illusions... that doesn't sound right. People in Sumero don't drink. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the...
people in Sumeru think they don't dream. But the truth is, the Akasha steals their dreams without them, and those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain... So people in Sumeru do dream after all. In fact, we're all in... Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha is capable... The Akasha relies on the power of...
That doesn't sound right.
It is the manifestation of the god of... It compiles the wisdom of the... It compiles the wisdom of the...
That doesn't sound right.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power... What? Is stealing everyone's dreams really how the Akasha... Dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're dreaming. In other words, dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So in other words, the complete Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions. And the fact that no one... The real story is that the sages from the Oh? By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the
We've already experienced the Sabzeruz festival many... My mind feels exhausted. The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth..." Those spaces kept disappearing before my eyes. Those dreamscapes kept vanishing, but as soon as that beep sounded...
Correct. The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sabzeruz festival, along with no one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sabzeruz festival. So, this is like a dream factory, and the Akasha is... Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an... Okay. So that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real life... Alright, last question.
They say that alchemical divination is the Dendro-Archon's...
So you noticed. I thought that one would be the hardest question. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed that. And now that you mention it, Nahida, you've been... It's funny. Thinking thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about lesser... Yes, those can wait until... On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions. You asked me this question before. My answer was, now that you know this is all a dream, this answer should... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone said your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion, that's why I could only give you very subtle hints and some suggestions. You asked me this question before. My answer, now that you know this is all a dream... Have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Your notion of reality, and that's why I could only give you very... Deceiving the people of Sumera with no regard for their safety after we end the Sabzeruz festival, Samsara. How can the sages of the Academia do this but... In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun. A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today! I'll tell you how to break free of the Samsara tomorrow. Nahida? Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything... Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look... I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Did Dunyarzad already disappear? The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting. Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other... She's actually something like a puppet, but not... The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role, and so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a build... But personality-wise, she's nothing... Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. You know, speaking of which... Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness. And it was... Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of... I just gave her a little wisdom, so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still... far from it. I'm still a long way off from being... I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. I'm not beating myself up. Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real... To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Great, but... Although the Sabzeruz Festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it. Huh? So... Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep, which means, with the power of imagination... Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as... Like when the server at the tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that. However, if you're the dream's host, and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you end, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you... But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens... How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, and even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize their dream? After all, like you said, don't wait... It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, as for me... Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams? Yes. I want to try something. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Paimon's still a little upset that she was such a good person, with such a simple wish. Yeah, saving Dunyarzad would... We mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of... Huh, that's true. So, who do you think the host of the dream... Oh, that would make sense! Ferris the Knight... Let's go ask him some...